Okay. So nothing giving, nothing offered, nothing sacrificed.
Nothing sacrificed. You are normally sacrificing your comfort, your time, your energy, and so forth. And they believe that there is no results. But all this, according to the Kamma theory, all this will bring you wholesome results. So somebody may not believe in it, especially this wrong view comes from typical materialists. That is why they think that way.
Okay. No fruit or result of good and bad actions.
Right,
That's
that is
pretty
Kamma.
clear, Kamma.
Kamma.
The next one is no this world, no other world.
Right. That means you are just a bunch of materials you put together and live here. So you just eat, drink, and sleep and enjoy yourself. After that, you won't get anything. And therefore, they don't believe in the next life as well.
Okay.
And this, the opposite of this is the right view.
Right.
That is called Kamma Sakata Sammaditi, believing in the opposite of this is one kind of Sammaditi, that is called mundane, ordinary Sammaditi. There is another Sammaditi called supramundane Sammaditi. Supramundane Sammaditi is Vivekanism, Viraganism, Vasag Parinaming. That depending on the liberation from all mental impurities. Vasag means that giving up all your desires, and Vasag Parinaming, attaining enlightenment, that aiming that one practices Dhamma, that Samadhi, that view is supramundane right view. Now you can see both right views in Chattari Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya and Sammaditi Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya. For your reference, you can look at them. Now, with these couple of questions, we have to end the questions session and start our practice. We start
Ready.
Okay. Let us begin our metta practice. With utmost sincere, there are all sort of things in relation to related to this COVID-19 pandemic. So we want to very sincerely wish what we recite in this discourse. I very earnestly urge everybody, forget all other things and focus your entire mind on this recital, on these words, and let your mind and heart generate very powerful, wholesome metta, wishing all living beings to be peaceful and happy. Particularly these days, we are not putting anybody under any condition. Without any condition, We want all of them to be free from pain, suffering, and despair. Now let us begin our metta recital. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, weak or strong, long, large, medium, short, subtle or gross, visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere. Neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another. As a mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so towards all living beings, one should cultivate a boundless heart. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving friendliness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hate or resentment. Whether standing, walking, sitting, lying down, or when awake, one should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here, not falling into erroneous views, but virtuous and endowed with vision, removing desires for sensual pleasures. One comes never again to birth in the womb. These are very powerful words, rich with meaning, to generate metta in us for all living beings. And with this background, let us focus our mind on our breathing, noticing inhaling as inhaling, exhaling as exhaling. Notice the pause between inhaling and exhaling. Notice the beginning, middle, and end of inhaling and exhaling. And then see your feeling of breath is changing as the breath goes in and comes out. Your perception is changing. Your attention is changing. Your consciousness is changing. They all change, rise, and fall as the breath rises and falls, or breath appears and disappears. Inhale and exhale. As we inhale and exhale, all the other factors like feeling, perceptions, thought, and consciousness also change. And then, since there is nothing to excite or to be disturbed, everything is marked with the same thing, that is, they all change. When we see this reality, our hindrances subside. We will not have a temporarily any greed, any resentment, restless and worry, and sleepiness and drowsiness, and doubt. As you heard earlier, asking a question, some may have all kind of doubts, but in this case, we will not have any doubt about our own practice. For sure, everybody feels the feeling, perceives, pay attention, and have consciousness, and they all change. There is no doubt about it. And then our hindrances subside. When hindrances subside, mind becomes calmer and more peaceful, relaxed. With that state of mind, we keep focusing mind again on the breath without verbalizing or conceptualizing. Just let the breath flow in and out and keep your mind totally focused on this breath that you breathe in and out. And let that be simple, pure, clean air. No other thoughts should we bring in to this practice. With this, we spend the rest of this meditation time. This is a very meaningful, rich moment to meditate. We have a lofty goal in mind, and therefore we all together in unison as one team, as one whole living family, whole world we consider as one single suffering family, and we want all of them to be peaceful and happy. With this intention, we keep practicing. Patta niddukkha maya patta nibhaya soka patta nisoka hontu sabbe pipanino. May the suffering be free from suffering. May the fear-struck be free from fear. May the grieving be free from grief. So too may all living beings. This is our earnest wish for all those who are suffering, victims of COVID-19, and we want to wish them peace, happiness, and liberation from this sickness, this virus. Be free from virus, be free from pain, ache, and suffering, and return to their normal health and live long in very good health. Now, second round of asking questions, if you have any.
Bhante, does a no returner go to a higher realm? And if so, does that mean that the human realm is a lower realm? Thank you. Non-returner.
Human realm is lower in relation to Brahma realms. But human realm is a very fortunate realm because here human beings have plenty of opportunities to listen to Dhamma, practice Dhamma, live accordance with the Dhamma, and do a great amount of meritorious deeds. and therefore we are in a more fortunate situation in the middle between lower woeful state of existence and higher planes of existence, higher in the sense that they, according to the tradition, they reap the benefit of their meritorious deeds now in heavenly realms, and we are in between, and therefore we have opportunities to do more and more good deeds. In that sense, we are, compared to them, we are in a lower realm. And I mentioned earlier 5 types of anagamins. One is called Upahacha Parinibbaya. As soon as they reach the higher state from Aviha, go to the Atappa level. As soon as they go there, they will, because they have been meditating, and that they continue there. And as soon as they reach there, they attain full arahanthood. Then Antara Parinibbaya, then while they are being born in the state of rising in the other higher realm, because of their continuous practice of meditation, they attain full arahanthood. Then Asankara Parinibbaya, without any great effort, only because of the habit of the practice of meditation, they attain full enlightenment. Then another is called Sasankara Parinibbaya. They have to still make more effort, little longer, to act before they attain arahanthood. Then Uddham Sota Akanitthagami, and if they have not attained that state, then they go to a realm called Akanittha. That is the highest. Kanittha means junior, Akanittha means no junior. That means the highest realm of existence, and there they attain enlightenment or arahanthood, and they are called anagami because once they leave this body, they will not return to human realm again. Okay. Any other question?
Uh, yeah. Bhante, how to keep the mind from jumping from here to there while meditating?
Yes. If the mind is jumping here and there, that phenomenon, that experience, can be used as an object of meditation, especially for vipassana meditation. In vipassana meditation, it becomes a good object because it shows that the mind is not fixed, it is changing and also dragged by desire. Going from object to object simply means desire is taking the mind to various objects, meaning we remember certain things and mind will stay there. Sometimes unpleasant things we remember and mind stay in that unpleasant thought, memory. And that is what we call mind is going here and there. Mind in reality does not leave this body where the mind is. Only thing is mind remembers various things. For instance, if you remember somebody who has passed away and cremated and no longer nothing there except maybe ashes, that also disappears. And yet you remember that person. Remember the association with the person, conversation, living together, many things that you have done with that person. All this you remember. You cannot go there. No way that you can go to the conversation you had in the kitchen with the person. Person is dead. And no way can you go to the house. House may not even exist. And so forth. So these are just memory. So mind shifts from a meditation object to these memories and open one memory file, another memory file. When you open one memory file, you can find many thousands of more file inside the file and more file in that file and so forth. The memory will keep coming back to you. That is what you call going from object to object or wandering mind. If it is future, it's just imagination, daydreaming, planning, fantasizing, all happening in the mind. So we have to understand this is the nature of mind. It is wandering here and there because of our desire or resentment. We bring this to our mind. They come back to our conscious state from our stored memory. Therefore, if you simply look at all of them as one bundle of memories and understand that they are appearing and disappearing, appearing and disappearing and so on, then that wandering mind or mind that brings various things to conscious state will stop and you will remain on your primary object, which is the breath. You deliberately keep the mind on that. Others you don't deliberately bring to your conscious mind, but they just happen when you are not mindful. So that's what happened, and what you have to do in order to keep the mind on. First, we understand this. Secondly, I mentioned this several times. Start counting the way I may suggested, and then that wandering mind will stay in your counting, and then mind gets tired of wandering and stay on your breath.
Bhante, it almost sounds as if the mind is confused. Would it be accurate to say the mind is confused?
Mind can be confused. Mind has ignorance. Ignorance is not seeing, not knowing the truth of Four Noble Truth, and not seeing impermanence as impermanence, unsatisfactoriness as unsatisfactoriness, selflessness as selflessness. Not seeing all this is ignorance or causes confusion, and therefore mind is most of the time not very clear. So our endeavor is to clear the mind from those unclear state of minds.
Let's see. Bhante, what is meant by dukkha jati puna punam asminasa yo vinayo etam ve paramam sukham?
Yeah. That is after attaining enlightenment, the Buddha recited, what is that?
Dukkha jati
Dukkha jati punam
asminasa
asmimanante yo vinayo
etam ve paramam
etante
sukham.
etance paramam sukham. Dukkha jati punam, birth again and again is suffering. Asmimanancha yo vinayo, when one discipline, then asmi, the conceit I am to be disciplined. If that is discipline, then asman vinayo,
Sorry, Bhante.
yo vinayo,
Etam paranam
paramam sukham. This is the highest happiness. Paramam means paramount happiness. Yes.
Bhante, how should we understand two of the three types of craving, bhava-tanha and vibhava-tanha?
Yeah. Yes, there are three kinds of craving: Kamma-tanha, bhava-tanha, vibhava-tanha. Bhava-tanha is craving for re-becoming, rebirth, to be born again and again. And that is eternalist view. Vibhava-tanha is nihilist view. Vibhava-tanha means the craving or wish not to have any more birth. So one is to have repeated birth again and again, is bhava-tanha. Other is vibhava-tanha, not taking birth again. But nihilism is much worse than eternalism. Eternalists at least keep doing good deeds again and again to have better rebirth. The nihilists just don't care. They may say, eat, drink, and enjoy this life. This is the only life. There is no more in life. And that is a wish. By wishing, they wish, may I never be born again. By so wishing, they cannot stop taking rebirth again because they already have the conditions to be reborn. They created those conditions. What are the conditions? Greed and ignorance. So long as these conditions exist, no matter how much they wish not to be born, they will be reborn. And these are two types of wishes. One is not to be born, one is to be born again and again and again.
I think that's a wrap, Bhante.
Yeah? Wrap up? Time to wrap up?
Time to wrap up.
Okay. Okay, friends. my technicians sitting next to me, Brian, recommends that we wind up. So I want to say good night and see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
Bye, Bhante.
Bye, Bhante. Thank you.
Deveva, theruwan
Bhante.
saranai.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you,
Good
Bhante.
night. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Venerable. That one?
Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante. I am from Rockford, but